Alright, can you guess what this is? Well, if you saw the title of the video, you know what this is. It's not intended to be an ad for StockX.com, but apparently, I guess they're a big sponsor of PSA website. So, it took just over 10 months from the time when I sent this order in to get graded for it to come back. Now I have to tell you that I did peek. I do know what the grades are on this. I couldn't help myself. I thought about doing a totally blind reveal. I guess this is the way to do it. But then I didn't. So this was mostly 1981 tops and other 80s stuff, because this was submitted last June in their 1980s, their I Love the 80s grading special, where you could get them rated for $8.88 a card. Of course, that seems like another universe right now, given what's going on right now, where PSA is only accepting cards at the very highest level, and they're not, and then it's for an arm and a leg and your firstborn and all that. So let me figure out. Open these in 3 different ways, I guess. So again, I've already seen these, and I can tell you that I did pretty well. So this is, if you're looking for a PSA video where somebody's happy with what they got, this is one to watch. Now there are, it wasn't perfect. I did, as we'll see, there was one card that, there was a couple, like 2 cards I got much lower grades than I thought. I'm not too disappointed about either one of those, really. And one card came back as too small, which they don't grade because of the possibility that it was trimmed. And let me see here. So these are not, these are not in order very well. I was kind of hoping that they'd be in order a little better. Yeah, there's some scrambling that has went on here. So let me come back. Let me put these more in order, and then let me come back for the reveal. Okay, so there was some semi-random scrambling of the cards. Not any kind of big deal. Not anything systematic, but I wanted to do this in order. Make it easier so I can tell you what's going on. So these were in order by, I put them in time order, and then within each set in order by the card number. So this is the Rickey Henderson Topps Rookie card. I was guessing a 7, and I got a 5. I'll have to look at this in more detail. I knew the corners were a little soft. The centering is really good on this card. And but they apparently saw a little more wear than I did. I'll have to look at this closely and see if maybe there was some other surface issues. I mean, I was going to send this in anyway. And the funny thing is that PSA 5s are going for the same amount that PSA 7s were going 10 months ago when I sent this in. So I guess it's not a real big deal. Now here are a few. There are 5 1981 Donruss cards. Now, the Eric Rasmussen, I was hoping for a 10. Got a 9. Again, I'll have to look at some of these to see what see if I can see any issues. Dan Schatzter, also I was expecting a 9. Got a 9. Tom Seaver, expecting a 9, and got a 9. Same with Dale Murphy. Expecting a 9, got a 9. I like this card. I like the way the blue matches. I like which uniform they have him wearing. He's wearing in this one, and I like the blue matching that. And the Danny Ainge, this was the other 81 Donruss that I thought I might get a 10 on. Ended up being a 9. This is his rookie card. Of course, he went on to bigger and better things in the NBA. Okay, so now the 1981 Topps. That's kind of the main event here. So card 1, the batting leaders with batting average leaders with George Brett and Bill Buckner. I was expecting a 9, and I got a 9. Larry Parrish. I was actually expecting an 8 on this one, and I got a 9. So very happy with that. I think I was worried about this little print mark there, but you know, looking at it now, the centering is very, very good on this, almost perfect. So so I'm happy with that. Rangers Future Stars. I was guessing, I thought this one had a chance at a 10. I got a 9, but that's okay. We'll see that that I don't mind as much that I missed that 10. Yastrzemski, Carl Yastrzemski, expecting a 9, and I got this 8.5. So that's not too big a deal. You know, it is somewhat off center, so not a big deal there. This was another one I was expecting a 10 on. This is a Pete Rose record breaker for most seasons with 600 at bats, but I got a 9 on that one. Now here's the first really big, very pleasant surprise. The Jim Palmer, so Hall of Famer. I was predicting a 9, and I got a Gem Mint 10. So very, very happy about that. This is not a super valuable card. I think this is like I think these are going for about you know, something like I don't know, $50-ish or something like that. But very, very happy to get a 10 in that. I sent in 2 Ozzie Smiths. I was expecting 9s on both of them, and I got one 9, and I also got one 7.5. So I'm not sure what happened on the 7.5. Probably a surface issue. I'll have to double check on that, but I'm glad I sent 2 of them in so that I got one in a 9. So I'm happy about getting one 9 there. Elliot Maddox. This is another I was expecting a 9, and got a 9. Now Vita Blue. This was a significant disappointment, but I was expecting a 9 on this. I got a 7. And in fact, I can see now, I see a little corner issue there, and I don't know. I think I would have seen that corner issue, considering how easy it is to see it, you know, for me right now. I know there are people occasionally seem to think that in some cases cards get damaged at PSA when they're handling them. Don't know whether that's the case there. Not too big of a deal. Harold Baines rookie card. I was expecting an 8, and I got an 8, so that's fine. Willie Wilson was expecting a 9, and got a 9. Bob Stanley. So this is the one of the another one of the 89 Topps where I was hoping to get a 10, and I did get a 10. In fact, I guessed I had 5. There were 5 cards that I guessed could get 10s, and I got 10s on 3 of those. But I actually got 10s on 2 cards that I didn't expect. So I actually got exactly the same number of 10s out of the 81 Topps that I was expecting, but just a little bit different distribution of them. Dave Kingman expecting a 9, got a 9. John Walkenfuss also expecting a 9, got a 9. Now I have 2 of the Expos Future Stars, the Tim Raines rookie card. I was expecting a 9 on one of them and an 8 on the other. And I got a 9 and a 7, so I'm still pretty happy with that. I got one 9, that was the main thing. Just like with the the Ozzie Smith earlier. So I'll have to see what if I see something wrong here on the 7. I'll have to look at that upper right hand corner to see if maybe there's some consistent damage that happened. But happy with this. Happy to get that 9, because that's has a little bit of price to it. This is actually I think this is actually close to a $100 card if I'm right here. Let me double check here. See what I have that down as. Let's see. Got my laptop over here. Yeah, so I have this. So the latest prices on this are around $80 to $90 or so. So definitely happy to get a 9 in that. Saves me from having to buy it when I'm collecting this set. So George Riley. Again, a lot of these are commons. Expecting a 9, got a 9 here. Part of the idea here was also to kind of get my feet wet in grading. This is the first time I've had any cards graded, so also some of this was, putting cards in there and seeing how well I could predict what I was going to get. I should say that the 1981 top set, in expectation of getting these back, I've been actually very actively collecting that, been buying cards. So with these cards and the ones I bought, this will put me up over the 100 card mark for having 9s and 10s in this set. Dave Smith, expecting a 9, got a 9. Now, I sent in 4 Cecil Coopers. This is interesting because I got these in a set, or not a set, but a lot of, 400 of these cards. And it was, for like, plus including shipping, it was less than $10. I think 10, well, maybe it wasn't less than 10, but it was around 10, $12, something like that. And I sent in 4 of them, hoping to get 9s on all of them. And in fact, I did. So I got 4 9s. So happy about that. I'll keep one of those, and eventually I'll probably sell the other 3. Tony Perez, Hall of Famer, expecting a 9, got a 9. I should mention that these cards are from a mix of vending boxes, rack packs, and just kind of random miscellaneous packs or miscellaneous lots that I bought. And it seems like that I was, one thing is that whether there's that much difference, in how the different sources of cards come out, but I found that that doesn't seem to be the case. They seem to be, it doesn't really seem to matter so much where you get them from overall, except that vending boxes can sometimes have more corner damage just because of the way they're packed. Tim Flannery, I was predicting a 10, got a 10, so that's nice. Just for reference on these 10s, none of these 10s that I have here are anything close to being unique, but this, I'll double check this on the pop report, but I think this should only be the 10th Gem Mint 10 of this card graded, and there were, last I checked, there were 20 PSA 9s. So I felt like it did pretty good on that. John Verhoeven, guessing a 10, and I got a 10 on that one. That one, let's see, that one has similar population. This should be the 9th PSA 10, and there are 34 PSA 9s, so happy to get that. Tony Armas, expecting, now here we got a stretch here of 3 straight cards where I was expecting a 9 and got an 8. So I got an 8 on this Tony Armas. Pedro Guerrero also got an 8, was expecting a 9. And Red Sox team card, expecting an 8, expecting a 9, got an 8. So that was a little bit of run, not quite, but could have been better. But given what else I've got, that's not a problem at all. The A's team card, expecting a 9, did get a 9 on that one. The Texas Rangers team card, same thing, expecting a 9 and got a 9. This was interesting here. The Dodgers team card, which has Tommy Lasorda as Hall of Famer on there. I was expecting a 9 and I got a 10. So not only got a 10, but it's the cert number is an even 100. They give you a range when you send the cards in. When they get them checked into the system, they give you actually a range of certificate numbers that will be eventually used when they grade them. So I was very pleased to get a 10, especially on this particular one. Now I was, and then here's another a 9 that I was expecting a 9. Phillies team card. So that's good. So that's all of the 1981 top. So again, very happy with how that went. So there was a few cards that were a little disappointing, but I also got a couple higher grades. Got a couple 10s that I didn't think. Got a couple of 9s where I thought I should get 10s. So overall, very happy. Now, one oddball here. This is the Kmart set, 1982. I actually had this set. This was a set of 44 cards. Came in a box with a piece of gum. These were made by Topps, and it depicts 20 years of most valuable players. And the one card in this that has some decent value is the Mickey Mantle. I was expecting a 9 and got a 9. Now, this is not my childhood version of this. I bought a bunch of these sets off of eBay, which you can get them pretty cheap. And I went through, and this was the only card of them that I sent in because this is the only one that's really, at the time at least, that was worth much in PSA 9. Now we get into some 1986 tops. This was a set that I intended to kind of more seriously go at, but one thing is I didn't do quite as well on these overall as I was hoping. Dwight Evans, all of these I was hoping to get, all but one of these I was hoping to get a 9, and I got an 8 here. These are challenging because of the black border up there at the top. So I'll have to look more closely at these. Sid Fernandez, I did get a 9 on that one. Steve Carlton, hoping for a 9, got an 8.5, so that's okay. These 86s will probably stay in my personal collection, although I'm not sure whether I'm going to yet anyway make any bigger effort toward the 86s. Dave Concepcion, expecting a 9, did get a 9. Paul Molitor, same thing, so Hall of Famer in a 9. Buddy Bell, again expecting a 9, got an 8.5. They don't, PSA doesn't give half grades very often, and so it's interesting that two of the 1986 tops I got half grades on. Jim Rice, Hall of Famer, I was only expecting an 8 on this, and that's exactly what I got, so that was fine. Tom Seaver, expecting a 9, got an 8. Ozzie Smith, also expecting, actually I was only expecting an 8 on this, and I did get an 8. Robin Yount, expecting a 9 and got an 8. So generally I was definitely a little high on guessing these, the 86 tops. So that's something I'll have to keep in mind in the future. Now I wasn't really expecting a lot out of these. I threw in a couple of 1987 tops traded. I picked like the two best rookies out of that set, Greg Maddux and Fred McGriff. And this is a childhood set. I had that box set, of the traded cards, and I was expecting 9s on both of these, and they both gemmed. So that was a very pleasant surprise. And in fact, that makes this the Greg Maddux rookie. That's the most valuable card out of this group. This Maddux card goes for about 140, 150 bucks. So that's one that I'll probably sell. I don't necessarily have a reason to hold on to that. I was just kind of, I thought, well, I have these cards. They look pretty good. But I really didn't think they would gem. So that was a pleasant surprise that I got gems on both of those. The McGriff is one that I'm more likely to save. I was a big fan of the Crime Dog. And that's the one that's less valuable since he's not a Hall of Famer, at least yet. So that'll stay in my collection. Then I have a couple of Ken Griffey rookie cards. These are childhood cards. This 89 Donruss. This would have been pack pulled. I was hoping for a 9, got an 8, but you know, that's okay. And the main reason that's okay is because on the Fleer Griffey Jr. I got a 9, so I got a 9 on one of them, so pretty happy with that. This card was not pack pulled. I bought probably within a year or so of this being issued, so probably like an early 90 maybe. I bought a couple of these Griffey Jr. Fleer rookies for like $9 for the pair of them, and I've had them since then, and so got a 9 out of this one. So here was the this was really the big disappointment, was that my Bill Ripken, the F-Face error card, came back as too small, so it didn't satisfy their minimum size requirement. And so that is that's their polite way of saying that this card might have been trimmed. Now, whether that's the case or not, I don't know. I did buy this off of eBay in early 2020, so it's not out of the question that maybe somebody trimmed it. But cards can be small just because that's the way they were cut, so it's not a guarantee. But I was hoping for a 9 on this, and so obviously did not get that. And the final one, this one really was just for fun. The Paul Gibson. This is the infamous card where there's they left a player in the background adjusting his cup, as it says here, player adjusting cup. So this is just kind of for fun. I was actually hoping to get a 9 on this, and only got a 7. So, but again, this card was not this was not one that I was taking seriously as like a major deal. So this goes along with some other cards. I was hoping this would have been a nice match to the F-Face card, kind of a naughty card. There are a couple other cards like that over the years that I have bought. I'll probably do an actual video on those. I don't have those handy, but I'll do a video on some of these because there are some other cards like this. There's a 1972 Topps where Billy Martin is holding a bat and his middle finger is out along the bat. So knowing him, he probably was trying to give the finger. But that's okay. Again, this was just nice to get slapped. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that reveal. It wasn't a blind reveal. In retrospect, maybe I should have done it as a blind reveal, but I just couldn't resist. It was, it's one of those things where I got the email. I got the email like right before I went to bed a few nights ago, and then I'm out in the Western United States, so it didn't take very long for the shipment to come to me. These cards came by USPS, so I may do a video later on about the 81 Topps that I'm collecting, and maybe some other things. But that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this reveal. I definitely enjoyed getting these back and feel like that it went pretty well for me. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.